What's the buzz? This is Zeta Beetle, and welcome back to Galactic Swarm Squad. In this episode, I'm going to continue to try and hit people from over 50 meters away. This is a lot easier said than done because I am not a great sniper. So, yeah, that's not really going to work out that well for me, huh? Well, if the last episode is anything to judge by, I believe you already know the answer to that. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys, this was going to be the final this would have been the season finale, the series finale, even. But I then looked back through my system and saw that I had some edited clips that I didn't bother noting, and I don't think that I actually uploaded said clips. So, after this clip, approximately 2 clips from now, I'm going to take a trip back through time, and in the next episode, we're going to be starting to go over some forgotten footage, for lack of a better word. It's kind of like a lost episode. So, yeah. That's what happens when you're as careless as me and neglect your series. At this point, if this was recorded in January, then I would have been, I would have had these clips on my system for 2 whole years. But, most likely, well, even if I hadn't had the clips saved in January, it would still be 2 years, because it's 2020 versus 2023. And I know that doesn't make a lick of sense, but in December in that season, it was 2020. In January, it was 2021. So, yeah. And the reason I know that is when I look at my notes, this clip and the one right next to it was saved on the 4th of March, 2021. So, in March, that would be 2 years. As of right now, however, this clip is somewhere over 1 year old. Think about that for a little bit. So, the thing about this is, I made a series that I put onto a practice DVD, and in that series, I have already recorded this particular round. However, I don't yet know if there were any challenges that I missed out during the time that I put it onto DVD, and so that particular series is hanging in limbo for the time being. So, once I figure out what challenges I have left to show off on the DVD version, these clips will be these clips will be either put onto DVD once more, or they'll just simply be standing around in my system, because truth be told, since the score war is going to be an important plot point for the Questopia SMP, as it basically explains the backstory of two antagonists within the Questopia SMP mythos. Yeah. They're kind of important to me. So, I knocked this tree down here, and I popped that to, Alright. So this guy is trying to take me out while I'm going over here getting another supply drop, and I find a light machine gun, and I immediately get a chance to use it as that aura started attacking us. So, given that fact, yeah. It was either take that aura down with the newly acquired light machine gun, or get taken out myself for not using it and not even attacking. If you're about to ask me why I'm perforating my opponents from up close and personal with a light machine gun, when I clearly said that I was going for damage at more than 50 meters away, short answer, I don't know. Like, my memory doesn't reach 1 year back in most cases, unless it's something really significant. I mean, I have notes laid out in front of me for 4 different series. That's how bad my memory is. And essentially, I have that many series worth of clips in my PlayStation 4. So yeah, that's that story pretty much taken out. So again, you may make the case that I am not going for distance shots like I should, and honestly, I am at a loss here. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to, what I'm calling myself doing sometimes, because I came in this mode for a easy way of getting the challenge done, and yet I'm putting that challenge on the back burner, most likely due to the fact that I haven't seen the light machine gun in ages by this point, and I just wanted to catch up before it got vaulted again. So yeah. Call me sentimental, call me a fool. Both are fine. But truth be told, wouldn't you want to reconnect with a weapon that you hadn't seen for ages, and just see what all's different and all that? Like, am I the only one that would do that? Alright. I'm trying to get them to go away. I'm guessing the mission that I'm going for is supply drops, as well. but that guy took me down with a snowball launcher. And another thing you might be noting is that there are a lot of vaulted weapons in this mode that didn't actually show up in the game during Chapter 2, Season 5. Those of you that have noticed that without me mentioning it, that's very astute of you, because this happens to be an unvaulted mode of Team Rumble. But the thing about it is, where that's concerned, in some cases it makes my mission easier, in others it makes my mission harder. So it kind of balances out. But ultimately, I favor that the challenge was easier in this mode due to the amount of times that I was able to respawn. Ipso facto, I felt like this mode was going to be the one that helps me complete it the fastest. Because if I had used multiple Battle Royale rounds that had ended just like this, couldn't you imagine how long it would take to get this done? And by extension, how much room that this series would take up? I mean, it takes up enough room already between the four of us, but still yet, this would take up significantly more room. I'm just putting that out there. Because I have died more times than I can count at this point. Like, I don't even know at this point how many times I've died in the unvaulted Team Rumble. But that is one of those deaths, and it happened to be a double KO. So that's fantastic. So, the thing about this mission is going to be, I most likely land a hit from the 50 meters away, with a weapon that I get towards the end of the round, e.g., whatever I get out of this particular supply drop. And I think that's probably why I am doing so little when it comes to the challenge. It's because I'm waiting on the optimal weapon to do it with. So, yeah. Here I see probably the most bizarre sight I have ever seen. Because because the fact of the matter is, I have never seen a supply drop coming right after each other on essentially the same exact position at the same time. Like, it was a very, very, very... They just landed in quick succession with each other, or they were going to land in quick succession with each other, basically making maybe a supply drop snowman. But yeah, that's we're about to bring this one to a close real quick. So that means that the round is going to end with either us winning or losing. And that just so happens to be a victory. this is another round in which I'm going to be doing the challenge. And it will be the final round that you have to worry about that challenge. So, I don't know whether to say be happy about it or to be sad. It depends on how you view this challenge and this series as a whole. If you dislike the challenge or the series, then be happy. If you love the challenge or the series, then, well, all good things must come to an end eventually, right? Anyway, I'm about to shoot this guy with a rocket, I think. Yup. And I managed to eliminate them with it. But I don't know if that happens to be far enough away for the challenge. Now, one thing I will note is that I only had one balloon at this point, and I was basically just trying anything that I could in order to get the challenge done, whether it was by balloon or by what I'm being forced to do right now, and stay up on a hill and take them from said hill. I do have a crossbow, which made it slightly easier, but as you can see, it's not exactly flawless. So, I'm on my next life now, and I can go on ahead and essentially land on the, I want to say, sheriff's office? Because I think I recognize the building, even with this little window when I'm doing my commentary. But honestly speaking, I believe that is the sheriff's office. Despite the challenge specifically stating that I needed to eliminate or damage opponents from 50 meters away, or over 50 meters away, I close in on the person that is making this sky base. I don't know what my idea is here, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it, seeing as how the past is past, and I just don't know. So I'm guessing that my ideology here is to basically either use somebody's ramp or to knock somebody down, which is dead useless in this mode, seeing as how glider redeploy is standard in all modes of Team Rumble. So, suffice it to say, if I did knock that ramp down, it wouldn't amount to a hill of beans. It takes me a good while to finally figure out where those gunshots were coming from, even with visualized sound effects. But I eventually find it out, and I start firing at that guy. Alrighty, so, remember that trip to the past that I was telling you about earlier? Well, this is it. Here, I am going to blow up a gas pump. For those of you who have seen TGIF, you might notice that this is a kind of a precursor to me, to my habit in Chapter 2, Season 7, where I start blowing up gas stations with a saucer. But this time it was for a mission. So, I'm going to grab me a weapon here, and I charge up the shotgun and blast it until it catches on fire. Then, I duck back into the gas station building, and it eventually starts going off like a tea kettle, and then exploding. If it was me in, if I was actually in the game and was told that by the Reaper, and actually had thinner skin than I do, I would have been a little bit butthurt about the Reaper saying that only that cool people never watch the explosion. Basically, he was saying that I was uncool because I was watching the explosion. So, yeah. Apparently, I'm uncool. But, you know what? I'm not that worried about it. I have plenty of fans, like 58 of them at this point, and I'm probably going to be proven wrong by this. Okay, confession time. I'm actually recording this a day in advance, because we're going to be out of town tomorrow, and I won't be able to upload on schedule. And it'll probably be a while before I even get back, so yeah. By the time you're watching this, I'm going to be most likely at my sister's house. So, yeah, fun day ahead. But you guys will still be able to hear my voice and be able to see my content, because I will have uploaded it a day in advance and scheduled it for when you guys get to see it, which would happen to be tomorrow as of the time that I'm recording this commentary. So, with all that out of the way, I don't know if I told you this already, but this challenge is basically distance traveled gliding provided by Grimbles. And this basically further alongs the dogs versus gnomes quest line. So this is one of the many quest lines that don't really have a major story attached to them, more than just minor stories that never really get fulfilled. Like, there are many like this. The old, the Ancient Ones questline, the Dogs versus Gnomes questline, and the Fishes versus Fishermen's questline. In this round, I'm basically pretending to be AFK, so that I will take down actual AFK players by melee damage. However, as you can probably see, I'm not the only one pretending to be AFK. So, I'm just trying to keep up the illusion as long as I can to make them let down their guard. But that one guy flies off, basically, and somebody deploys their glider, and then I think skydives on down. I, on the other hand, continue to try to keep up the illusion, so that maybe somebody that is higher than me hopefully stays AFK long enough that I'll be able to take them down with a pickaxe with not much trouble. However, despite my wishful thinking, that does not happen. So, I then go on to do something else. And that something else happens to be harvest metal. Though how I do it, I don't actually know. I could hit a metal object with my harvesting tool, or I could get metal out of a chest. Either way, that's one of the missions that I have on my notes. So there's that. I use a ramp to get up to this chest, because at this point mantling doesn't exist. Mantling was not even thought of at this point. I think. You never know, mantling may have been several months or years in the making, and they only just put it in Chapter 3. But the thing about it is, it didn't exist then, and I just got taken out while trying to hit that guy for melee damage. And I believe that's about as much time as I had for today. Join me in the next Lost episode when I finish up the melee damage challenge, harvest metal, emote at a stone statue, which doesn't actually show up as a challenge, harvest metal again, ride the steamy stacks, and you know the rest. In the meantime though, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Until then, adios amigos.